Hi guys, welcome back. I'm sorry for the late video, but I finally released this video and today we are going to complete transport in plants. So we are going to complete it in one video. So let us continue without time waste. So as you know, the soil is the main source of nutrients for the plants. The plants take in water and many minerals from the soil through the roots. The salts are absorbed in the form of ions in plants. So the carbon dioxide is taken up by the leaves from the atmosphere. So in this chapter, we are going to learn how these nutrients, minerals, water and etc. are transported from cell to cell in plants. And many people might not be aware of even the basic things in transport in plants, but here you will know many things. So completely watch this video. So there are two kinds of transport systems in plants. Unlike a majority of animals where blood vessels and the heart is the only major transport system of the body, only one system. So the first one is the which transports water and minerals. So the vessels used in this kind of transport system are known as xylem vessels. And so the second one is the one which transports food, sugar, and amino acid. So the vessels of this kind of transport system are known as phloem vessels. So the xylem and phloem vessels are as important to the plants as the blood vessels are to the animals. So we need to know how this transport is carried. So first we need to know about diffusion. Definition of diffusion is the process in which molecules move from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration is known as diffusion. So the diffusion occurs naturally and can happen anywhere. For example, you buy a perfume bottle and spray it all at once, and then in just few seconds the perfume smell spreads throughout the room. So this is diffusion. Well, it is just similar to you when you are in a place where there is a big crowd, you definitely don't feel to stay there. And then if you see a place where very few people are there, you do feel to go there and you do that. So here also same thing happens, but instead of people, it's atoms or molecules. That's it. That's the only difference. So I request you not to break your head on why diffusion occurs. Just learn what I said. So let us now discuss how is diffusion useful in plants. Like why are we learning about diffusion in transport of plants? There must be a reason, right? So we are going to discuss about that. So how is diffusion useful in plants? Diffusion is very useful and important in plants. The way in which diffusion is used in plants, the carbon dioxide is diffused into the leaves and then to the cells from the stomata. Thus, this process is very important for photosynthesis because carbon dioxide is very important for photosynthesis. So let us now learn about osmosis. Osmosis is the process of movement of solvent molecules, usually water, from an area of low concentration to an area of high concentration. So this osmosis is a special kind of diffusion. Not exactly diffusion, but a little different. So in diffusion, solute molecules move from high to low, whereas in osmosis, solvent molecules move from low to high concentration. So osmosis mainly happens through a semi-permeable membrane. So, osmosis is very useful and important in transport in plants. The way in which osmosis is used in plants is osmosis is used to attract water so that it can be absorbed by the roots in the ground. So, well, we just learned how osmosis is useful in plants. Now, let us learn how osmosis occurs in plants, how it takes place. So, it occurs in many ways. So, transpiration. When transpiration, the process in which water is released in the form of water vapor through the leaves, occurs, it creates a pressure which leads to water coming to the roots. It creates osmosis, which makes the water coming to the roots. So, next is root pressure. The roots also create a kind of pressure which forces the water into the roots. So, there are many more ways how osmosis occurs, but these both are the main ones. So, when water reaches the root hair, which is present in the root, the water travels throughout the plant by the xylem vessels. So, we just now learned about transport of water, minerals and salts in plants. So now let us learn about transport of food in plants. So the food is transported through phloem in plants. So as you know, the food is made using the process of photosynthesis in plants. So photosynthesis is a process in which leaves prepare the food for plants by using water and carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So after the food is prepared, it is transported throughout the plant by the phloem. Well, one fact is that in one phloem vessel, the food is transported in both the directions at once. Like if food is traveling throughout the phloem, one is going in the one direction and the food is coming in another side in the same phloem vessel and it is going to the opposite direction. So, like it may be like up and down or left or right like that. But whereas in one single xylem vessel, the water and minerals are transported in only one direction at a time, up or down or left or right. So, if it wants to go to any other directions, we need different multiple xylems. Definitely in phloems also there are multiple phloems and xylems, but I'm just telling what happens in one single phloem vessel, what happens in one single xylem vessel. So this is a diagram showing you like how transport in plants is carried, and in brief it is explaining you a little, so you can just pause the video to have a look at it as this is very important. Okay guys, so we have finished the transport in plants, and so now don't forget to like, share and comment this video for me and your friends because this can be helpful for them also, and subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon so that you can watch more videos like this and gain more knowledge to get good marks. Hope you like this video. Bye and have a great day.